Hey, what's going on, Mitch? You guys hear me okay? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Got a really cool, exciting announcement. It kind of benefits everybody. So it's just one of these things that creates really awesome opportunity in multiple ways. Not that. Oh, that's right. I gotta add the thumbnail. Everybody's having a great day. We got something really cool, really exciting. It's just, I honestly don't know if I've seen anything crazy like this done before. And I thought of it and I was like, this is an amazing idea. It's amazing in so many ways. I can't wait to tell you a little bit more about it if you don't know. Um, or if you haven't quite thought about it a little bit. But I thought, the Evergrow holders are going to be getting this 60 million control token over the 3 month period of staking. And so, that obviously what happened with them pushed it back. We had the exploit issue. We all know the drama. We're past that now. We're getting ready to. They're working on a rebrand. We're going to be rebranding, and I say we, I meant us as the community, but them as the team is going to be rebranding Evergrow, which I personally think is the best way forward for Evergrow. But in the meantime, we have all these tokens, and I wasn't going to ask for them back. I never asked for these tokens back. Sam just offered them back because Sam felt like it was the best thing to do because of what happened and because we just partnered with them and this happened. So he said that he wanted to give the tokens back, and so we took them back, and then I started thinking, oh, what can I do, with these tokens? Now that I have these tokens, what can I do with them? And before I thought of some amazing ideas. I thought of some really cool ideas of what could be done with those tokens to basically help our project. And then I was like, well, what about the Evergrow holders? And I was like, those tokens were supposed to kind of go to them, and it doesn't quite feel right to just be like, cool, we got our tokens, and now we're gonna go do whatever with these tokens. So I've kind of found this like middle ground, basically, of what can be done with these tokens. And so I'm going to go ahead and explain that to you guys now. If you guys are in Evergrow and you were in this staking, nobody will have access to this. You won't be able to see it unless you were staking in Evergrow the first week. The second week, it'll open up to everybody that has Evergrow. You'll see it on the staking side. If you connect a wallet that has Evergrow on the second week, you'll be able to have this extra bonus option. And then the third and fourth week, which are the final weeks of this deal, it'll open up to everybody and it'll be seen by everybody on the website. As soon as that ends, the deal ends, and whatever tokens are left, we take back and can use in a different way. If it sells out the first week or the second week, then the people in the third and fourth won't get the opportunity to take advantage of that. But it just depends. Either way, it's good for it's really good for everything. We also set aside 5 million tokens. And so if we do like a 10x right now, those 5 million tokens would be worth about $200,000. And that's about what we gave Evergrow in the beginning. So if we do about a 10x, then if we gave Evergrow those tokens back when they launch, rebrand, then they'd be worth the same as what we initially gave them, and they'd be able to do rewards with control token whenever they launch. And so it's one of those ways where, for one, this deal, I don't know if there's ever been a deal like this that's been done before, when you can buy something, stake it, and then immediately get half of what it is that you're getting. And so I thought of this idea and I was like, oh, I love this idea. Initially, it wasn't going to be staking. It was just going to be you buy and you get half. That's what I wanted it to be. And then I realized, oh, you could game that. You could game that, right? And so I was like, crap. If I made it so that you could immediately sell for profit, somebody could just come in and drain all those extra tokens and just keep buying and selling and buying and selling. And so I was like, crap. I was like, I have to figure out a way to solve this, because I want to give them the opportunity to get a lot, not just a little bit. We could have done like a tenth or an eighth or a quarter, but to get like half of what you're putting back immediately is awesome. So by utilizing the staking, if you're able to enter into the staking pool, you're able to get, buy $100, put it in the 12-month staking pool, and then immediately get $50 worth of control token back. Whatever the tokens you get after your buy, you'll immediately get half of those back after you stake those in the 12-month pool if you were affected by the exploit. So this only is available the first week to the holders who are affected by the exploit and were staking. If you weren't staking, you weren't affected by it in terms of that. So it's only the stakers for week 1. On week 2, it'll open up to all of the Evergrow holders. Anybody's wallet who has the Evergrow will be able to log into our staking and see this extra option of buying and getting staking it and getting an additional 50% back in your wallet. And then, if they don't like that deal or they don't want to take advantage of it, on the 3rd and 4th week, it opens up to everybody, and everybody will have the option from that point on up to 50 million tokens. Once the 50 million tokens is gone, the deal's over, right? We might do something in the future, but we just have to assess where we're at and keep moving. So this is a crazy deal to be like, oh, cool, you're telling me I could put in 1,000 and get $500 worth. I could put in 100,000 and stake it in the 12-month and get $50,000 worth immediately. Like, that's crazy, right? And so it's a really cool way of kind of giving back to the Evergrow holders. And if you're in Evergrow, you probably, unless you're like the top wallet staking, you probably weren't going to get a lot of control token. It was being split amongst thousands of holders, and I think it would have come out to like around $90 worth of control token after the 3 months was up, which is cool because it's free, but it also is not anything that's not going to change anything. And there's a sell fee of 20%, so it would have came out to like $50-$60. And some people had a lot less than that, so they actually would have gotten even less. This is a way for you to get a lot more value, and it's open to anybody to come in and get a lot of that value. So it's totally open to. There's almost zero risk in this as far as like the tokens. It's totally an opportunity. Hey, in line, the stakers, you guys want this or not? If you guys want it, it's there. If you guys want to buy up the whole thing, it's up to you. If you don't, that's fine. You got people in line behind you. The Evergrow people, every single holder has Evergrow. In week 2, a week from today, every holder will have this opportunity available to them. You have to log into your wallet, and then it'll show this extra option of getting 50% of whatever you stake immediately back in your wallet, which is a really, really cool idea. And then for 2 weeks after that, the 3rd and 4th week, it'll open to everybody. Anybody can come in, buy, stake in the 12-month, and get 50% back, up to 50 million tokens. And once that 50 million is gone, we still have other tokens in the supply. We could do something similar to this, but we're trying to be strategic and plan this stuff out. You can't just throw away the whole supply. But speaking of throwing away the supply, if you're in Evergrow and you like this deal, here's the crazy part about this. We're airdropping. This is completely separate for control token. We're airdropping 50 million tokens to everybody who's in the 3-month staking pool. And so there's insane incentive to really get into that 12-month staking pool if you want to get the, not only would you get half of what you're getting right now, but you'd also get this 50 million. That's going to be split between only the people that are in the 12-month staking pool. Nobody else gets this. We have a 3-month reward event that we've created. When it comes to the rewards at Control Token, our rewards haven't happened yet. They've been building up this entire time. We built up like $120,000 worth of rewards, or probably more than that now. But last I checked, it was about that much. We haven't had crazy volume since then, but we built up about 120,000. None of that's been given out yet. It's about to happen this week. So those of you guys that are entering this week will be able to participate in, if you're in the staking pools, in the rewards that are our first monthly reward event. Then we'll have the second monthly reward event. On our third monthly reward event, we're going to have $40,000 worth of stablecoins set aside for that month. We also have 50 million, which is a 20th of our supply, set aside for the 3-month reward event. But the 50 million tokens only goes to the people that are in the 12-month staking pool. And so this is an amazing incentive, not just for the Evergrow holders. Like, this is an awesome opportunity. And by the way, it's like I'm trying to like do this awesome deal for Evergrow holders, but it's not like once you learn about Control Token, it's like I'm doing you a favor. You'd be like, holy cow, I can't believe how good this project is. I can't believe. You're going to say, I can't believe how good this is, like 5 to 10 times every time you realize something. Your rewards are the floor for your bag. They protect your bag. Your rewards don't go down. They don't immediately go down. They're building up from a monthly basis, a 6-month basis, and a 12-month basis. And your rewards are, probably, I'm guessing, put a 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 times floor on your bag. Because if your rewards are equal to your bag, meaning whatever your bag is worth $100, and your rewards are also worth $100, that means that anybody can come in and buy and get $100. Whatever they're paying is covered by their rewards, right? So that's probably not going to get that low, right? What does that mean? The price is being protected from going that low. What does that mean? The price is being protected from sell-offs to a certain degree, and it's a very high degree at Control Token. We have insane things. It's like I'm doing you a favor to get you to realize how good something is for you. You'd be like, all right, I guess I'll check out Control. And it's like, no, you don't know how good this project is. Anyways, if anybody has any questions about it, you feel free to ask me through DMs or through whatever. And if Evergrow holders don't want to do it, that's totally fine. This will open up to everybody. So it's almost everything we do at Control Token is a win-win. If it happens, it's a win. If it doesn't happen, it's still a win. If you enter into the 12-month staking pool, if a large amount of the supply goes into the 12-month staking pool to get those 50 million tokens that we're about to airdrop for our 3-month reward event a couple months away, then that's going to be less tokens for everybody in the 12-month pool, right? But that means that a ton of the supply is buying and then staking, which is great for the future of the project. That's how almost everything at Control Token works. It's like, if we go this way, it's good here, but if we don't, it's good here. If we sell, yeah, that sucks, but sells are fueling rewards, and those holders are forfeiting their rewards. So Control Token is just an amazing project, and we just have to open people's eyes, and no better way to open your eyes than to give you extra value. Another really cool layer to this, especially if this will be open to the people who are getting in late, by giving people more tokens attached to their buy, it's as if you're letting them get in at a much cheaper entry point. It's crazy, right, to be able to do something like that, and to give half of what you're buying. That's a really good deal. Hey, what's up, Trevino Outdoors on the YouTube side of things? When do the holders get something for holding for so long without doing anything? Let me just pull up the... So we're going to be redoing this. You're on the YouTube side of things, right? So we're going to be building a marketing utility, but what am I doing? Okay, so right here, with a typical reward project, you guys get your rewards as the thresholds hit. It gives it out on like a daily basis. At Control Token, we have a small part of the rewards building up and giving out every month, a bigger part of the rewards building up for 6 months, and it doesn't give it out until 6 months, and then the biggest part of the reward tax is building up for a year. And so no matter what, most of the rewards are building up into the 6-month and the 12-month reward. And so by simply staking, if you're staking, you're committing to the growth of the project. You're basically saying, I'm going to put my tokens in a position where they're more likely to stay than to leave. And so we're saying, that's awesome. We're going to reward you for that. In fact, the rewards only go to stakers in this project. If you're not staking, you're not getting rewards. You're not committing to the growth of the project. So we're pulling value that typically goes to everybody in a reward project. It just goes to everybody. But Through staking, we're able to actually reward the people who are helping the project grow, and we're able to pull value away from the people that aren't. Same thing with sells. If you're leaving the project before the reward events that you can see, you're not getting your rewards. Everybody who sold this project didn't get any rewards. They just bought, paid a buy tax, and they sold and paid a sell tax. So they paid a tax when they bought into the rewards, they forfeited their rewards, and then they paid a sell tax into those rewards. What does those rewards do? It protects your bag. It puts a floor on your bag, and it protects the project as a whole. People are seeking value. That value is typically in the liquidity pool. And what Control Token does is it recognizes that that structure is basically is self-destructive. It's a failure by design, liquidity pools are, because they incentivize holders to sell and they punish them for holding, and there's no value left after a sell-off happens in any project. When your project sells, there's no value left in the future. Control Token is constantly delaying value into the future through the buy and sell tax, through the unstaking fees, and through the people that are forfeiting by leaving the project, and through the people that aren't staking. And so by doing all those things, we can put significant value into the future of the project. Another really cool part about this is, so when you say that you're staking and you're not doing anything, no, you're helping the project grow, and we're going to reward you for it. Another really cool part about this is the math. I promise you, you haven't seen a math on a rewards project that's better than this one. And so, my favorite is the 1 million tokens. And so if you can get 1.2 million tokens, which, by the way, it's going to become significantly easier for people to hit that 1.2 million tokens with this 50 million tokens that's matching your buys, which is really awesome. Especially if the price goes, you know what this does? If the price drops at all, it becomes a massive buying opportunity to have something like this going in the background, which is why it's okay if it doesn't get bought up, because we still have the tokens and we can do this again at some point in the future. If you attach this, it's basically like increasing the amount of, it's basically like being able to buy at a cheaper entry point without actually being at that entry point, which is insane. But if you get 1.2 million tokens in Control Token and you stake it in the 12-month pool, if we hit 100 million in volume, you have $30,000 in stablecoin rewards that can't go down. The only way it can go down is if a ton of people enter into the staking pools, and this is assuming a high amount of people in the staking pools. So it's around $30,000 as your rewards. Now, in a typical project, if you don't sell, you can round trip your bag to zero and get nothing. In Control Token, it's designed where even if we hit 100 million in volume, every single wallet that has 1.2 million tokens staked in the 12-month staking pool will have $30,000 attached to it. Nobody can devalue your rewards. They're in a stable coin. And so what that means is if a big sell-off happens, for one, it would fuel those rewards even more, and those people would be forfeiting their rewards. But two, a bunch of people who usually lose for not selling, like in other projects, if you don't sell, you just round-tripped it. No, every single holder who has 1.2 million tokens, if we hit 100 million in volume, would have $30,000 worth of stablecoin built up. And it would probably be a lot more than that. I'm picking a low number, just so you know. This also appreciates, and this also has unstaking fees that fuel it, that can greatly increase this amount. I'm giving a low number here to be safe, but it could greatly be increased, especially if we're hitting 100 million in volume. That number is going to probably go up a ton. So that's only with 100 million. I believe Evergrow did around 500 to 600 million. And well, actually, let's go take a step back for a second. This is the freaking crazy part. The $30,000 in rewards for everybody that has 1.2 million tokens staked in the 12-month pool. That can't go down. Selling doesn't devalue your rewards because it's a stable coin. Nothing can devalue that until you get it. It has to be distributed to you. You don't have to sell to get it. You just have to be in the staking pool when it happens, and then you can choose to sell. Here's the crazy part is that your rewards put a demand on your bag, right? Because anybody can buy. When you guys are buying, anyone who's listening, if you buy Control Token, you're not just buying Control Token, you're buying a token that's attached to rewards that are storing up in the monthly, the 6-month, and the 12-month. And you have a share of those rewards. You're buying into that. It's not just the token, it's the value that's attached to it in the future you're buying into. That value protects your bag, it protects the project as a whole, it protects against sell-offs. It which had a $211 buy. Welcome to Control Token. Real quickly, if anybody's trying to do this, the only way to do this right now to get this is you have to have a wallet that had the staked Evergrow in it. And you go to our staking, you go to controltoken.net, you click on the staking at the top, you go to the staking, and you connect your wallet. If it's a wallet that has the staked Evergrow in it, for week 1, this only is for week 1, the staked Evergrow is what you need. It'll give you this extra option that nobody else gets. I can't even see it because I wasn't staked in Evergrow. But for anybody who has a wallet that has that staked Evergrow, you can go connect to the wallet, connect to the site, and it'll give you that option. We're giving this option to the stakers first. The people who were staking in Evergrow, who are most affected by this, they are getting that option first. And the second week, it's going to open up to all Evergrow holders. At that point, if you have a wallet that has Evergrow in it, you connect it to the site, it's going to bring up this extra option that doesn't show up for anybody else that gives you this extra 50% bonus that after you stake in the 12-month, it immediately goes to your bag. Meaning you put 1,000 in, 500 goes to your bag. You put in 10,000, 5,000 goes to your bag. You put in 20,000, 10,000 goes to your bag immediately. So that's a very crazy deal. I don't know if I've seen anything that good. I'm very confident that this is an amazing thing, whether people do it or not. I think it's basically giving you a very cheap entry point into what I believe is one of the best projects ever made. We have 567 million token staked. Nice job, guys. And so, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there in case anybody was thinking about doing this. This only applies this first week to the people that have staked Evergrow. The second week, it'll be open to everybody that has Evergrow. You just have to connect your wallet. The third and fourth week, it'll become open to everybody. Every wallet, anybody can jump in and take advantage of this. If there's any tokens left, or if there's a lot of tokens left, people can come in the third and fourth week. They'll be able to buy into the 12-month, stake into the 12-month, and get immediately half of what they put in back. And you can immediately put that in the 12-month too. And then when this third month comes around, you have the 50 million airdrop that only goes to the people in the 12-month. And that's a way for the people in the 12-month to get a ton of tokens, which is a really awesome opportunity. Like I was saying earlier, the people that were staking in Evergrow, you were probably, if you didn't have a ton, you were going to get 10, 20, 30 bucks. If you had an okay amount, you might have got like 90 to 100. And if you had a lot, you might have gotten hundreds of dollars. But this deal is already, that would have just been like a small taste for everybody of a little bit of control token, which is still cool. This deal is basically drastically better, and it's open to everybody and anybody to take advantage of as long as those tokens are there. If people go and they buy them up, then the deal ends, and it's up to people to choose, for themselves whether or not they want to do that. So it provides this really awesome opportunity specifically to the Evergrow holders, specifically the first week to the people that were in the staking pool. If they like the deal, they can do it. If they don't have to. There's nothing they're not losing anything off of it. It's purely just if they think it's a great deal or not. I don't know if you're going to find a deal out there where you can buy and get half of what you put in back. I don't know if that's ever been done. If it has, it's super, super rare. So, and then, like I said, it'll be open to the Evergrow holders as a whole, because the whole Evergrow community was affected by this, and that's up to them to decide. Does this sound like a great deal or not? Is this a good project or not? And the opportunity to get way more tokens through this deal is there. You get way more compared to what you would have gotten through waiting for that 3 months. So it's a really cool opportunity. If anybody has any questions, you guys are welcome to come up and ask them. And if anybody has any stuff on the YouTube side of things, I'll definitely read those as well. Let me check YouTube real quick, and then we're going to go to BM, great control token community member. Let me shoot through these messages to make sure I don't miss anybody. Outdoors 12 months is the best deal. Okay, so I entered into the 1 month by mistake. Is there anything for me to do to try and get this deal, or did I just mess it up completely? This is only available to the people who have staking, and you have to buy. Like, it only starts now. You can't take old tokens and then buy and then use it. This only applies to new buys now. So keep that in mind too, guys. These have to be fresh buys, and it has to be BNB that goes, you have to use our staking site, and you have to use BNB. You have to have a wallet that was affected by the exploit, and then you have to, the option will be there for you to get 50% back, which, like I said, that's a crazy deal, you know what I mean? Good, good. Thanks. Hope all is well. Pretty good, pretty good. Last night's shift. What are you guys talking about? Work and stuff? uh, Mel Gibson, after the 1 month is over, September 15th, just restake into the 12 month. Yeah, you can just go right into the 12 month. When does the deal start? This deal starts today. It lasts for a week for the stakers of Evergrow. That lasts for a week after that for every Evergrow holder. And then it lasts for 2 weeks after that for everybody. After that, it stops and we get the tokens back and we can do what we want with those tokens in terms of growing the project, not in terms of selling them. We're never going to sell the tokens, but in terms of utilizing them in the best way we see fit to grow the project, we will do that, whether it be giveaways, reward events, or basically incentivizing buying, which is a really awesome thing to do. Make sure to go over the common mistake of staking for 1 month and not 12 month. Yeah, I think that if you do this, I don't know if it's even possible to go into the 1 month, but yeah, we also have we have a lot of upgrades coming for Control Token. The website's about to see a massive upgrade. We're also about to stake we're about to lock our liquidity, and we have a lot of exciting things coming. What's going on, BM? How's it going, man?
What's going on? This is awesome. This is a really good thing for the Evergrow holders. They're going to get probably more value than they would have just by staking the Evergrow going this way. But yeah, I just wanted you to clarify what exactly had to be done to get these extra tokens for the Evergrow holders. That's all you just did, and that's all I have for now.
Awesome. Yeah, and guys, Control Token's been a little quiet because I've been working on this over the weekend. I'll be honest with you guys, when it comes to trying to grow Control Token, I was like, oh, if you give people tokens on top of what they're buying, that's an amazing. People are seeking value, give them value. And so, if we're trying to grow Control Token, guys, we're sitting at a 3 to 4x. We as a whole, me, the whales, and the community are aiming to be a top crypto. I don't know if you guys, if you put some time into thinking about that, how often does that happen? It's not just that we're like, oh, we hope so. It's that we have staking pools, we have unstaking fees. Most our supply, our whales, most of our biggest holders are in the 12-month staking pool. If they unstake early, they forfeit all their rewards to you guys. They pay a fifth of what they're selling into those rewards, and they have to forfeit a ton of value in order to do that. So most of the supplies in the staking, what does that mean? That means that if we get a good run going, that most of the supply is committed to allowing that run to basically reach its potential, because sell pressure is what stops upward momentum. If most of the supply is locked up, then most of the supply is committed to not engaging in sell pressure. And that we're in a situation where we have some crazy stuff. As our price moves up, it fuels the value in the future that protects the project as a whole, and it protects your bag as a whole. It sets a floor for the project, it sets a floor for your bags. As the price goes down, because it's 20% sells, it drastically increases the value in the future, and they meet. Like I said, if you could buy and get half your bag covered, which is basically the deal that we're giving Evergrow holders right now, you would probably do that. Oh, I can throw in 100 and get and I have $50 in rewards, so now I have, 150. I have 100 plus $50. That's what we have going right now. And so yeah, if you put in 1,000 in Control Token right now, you got your $1,000 worth. After your fees, it comes out to $850. You get $850 in the 12-month staking pools. You have all the rewards attached to that. Plus, you're going to get another $425 worth of Control Token immediately available to you to do what you want with. You can sell it, you can hold it, or you can put it right back into the 12-month staking pool. But now you have a combined amount of, what would that be? 12 to 1,300. You will immediately have bags that are worth more than what you put in. But what protects the project from being exploited and what protects you individually from being exploited is that the sell fees on the way out protect those from being something that you can use to exploit the system. And it's really cool. We also have stuff in place where if something did happen that was a problem, we have the ability to fix it or stop it. I don't think that that's even possible because Mark is just that good. But if something were to potentially happen, we have the ability to pause it and fix it. We wouldn't get stuck. And I'm not saying that to point at to try to do anything other than make you guys understand that you're safe And not only from it's nothing's going to happen, but even if something did, we have the ability to fix it without having to like, be in that situation. I'm not trying to crap on anything. I'm just saying, just trying to let you guys know that you're safe, because obviously you're probably traumatized from going through an event like that, even though the reality is the liquidity is safe, and the rebranding and the relaunching is probably the best thing for Evergrow. A fresh start probably would be good with a new name, a new symbol, a new logo. I hope it's not Lucro. You know what I mean? I feel like let's leave all the past behind and create something new and fresh that we can work towards with this new bull market. And here's the thing is, if Control Token, for one, if it blows up, if we do a 10x, the $5 million that I'm pledging towards Evergrow's rebrand would be worth $200,000, and that would go towards the rewards that all the Evergrow holders would get. If we did a 100x, that would be $2 million worth of value that would go towards the rebrand of Evergrow. Now, it just depends on what kind of increase we do. If we stay around the same, then they probably wouldn't want those tokens, because it probably wouldn't be enough value. But that's just the situation we're in, where if Control Token does well, it's going to help the new rebranding of Evergrow do well. And it's one of those situations where, like I said, if you're not in Control Token, once you understand it, I promise you're going to be blown away. It's impossible. And you guys, you've known me for a long time. I put my whole reputation on this. If you don't understand Control Token, once you do, it will blow your mind. You will not believe it's possible to do some of the things that I and Mark have accomplished with this contract and with these ideas. To build, it's not just a reward project. It's what's wrong with every single crypto. Every single crypto incentivizes and rewards people for destroying the project. Any project that you're in, your goal is to destroy that project before everybody else. Do you guys know that? Think about any project that you're in. What's the goal? Destroy it before anybody else. What do you mean destroy it? Sell. How is selling destroy it? Because you're taking the only thing that anybody cares about, which is the value of the project. So at Control Token, what do we do to fix that? Well, we use a tax. We take the value that everybody's seeking, the life of the project, the hype of the project, the sentiment of the project. We preserve it. How do we preserve it? We turn it into a stable coin. And then how do we keep the project alive? We delay it. What does that do? It means that everybody who leaves the project greatly fuels that value in the future. The value keeps going up. It can only go up. If buys are happening, that value moves up. And you guys are going to be able to watch this. As the price moves up, so do your rewards. As the price moves down, your rewards do the opposite. They move up. And it's this protection against sell-offs. It also incentivizes long-term volume, which is insane. If we have one good run up, we will have volume for the rest of the year. It won't be run up, run down, no volume. Because most of our rewards are building up in the 6-month and the 12-month event, it will create opportunities to buy and sell around the 6-month event and around the 12-month event. People that are chasing rewards will be buying. People that are chasing profits will be selling. But the rewards create this incentive to get the token and stake it. And that creates the incentive to have people to buy it. So we will have long-term volume over the course of a year. It's like, I don't know if you guys realize how good this project is by design, because guess what? This happens every year. It just keeps happening the next year and the next year and the next year. It incentivizes volume long term. And this project is designed to grow because it targets the number one reason why projects fail, which is whale dominance. If you remove bad actors, right? Rugging, scamming, pumping and dumping, people that give themselves tokens. I didn't give myself any tokens, guys. I don't have any tokens to sell. I bought my tokens and they're in the 12-month staking pool. Why did I do that? Because sell pressure that's what destroys projects. You have to do everything you can to alleviate that sell pressure. You don't want any sell pressure on the charts. And so we got rid of the team aspect of putting sell pressure on the charts. But now, how do we get rid of this whale problem? By the way, everybody has a whale problem. The whales control the project. Nobody controls the project like the whales do. They have the most control over the price, and the price is the only thing that anybody cares about. If you do not incentivize those whales to keep the project alive for a long period of time, the liquidity pool naturally incentivizes them to destroy it. It says whoever puts the biggest red candle on me first wins. And then after that happens, all the other whales say, oh crap, we're going down. Everybody abandon ship. And then a pump and dump happens. And then everybody else who round trip their bags or who got in at the wrong times is left with a project that doesn't have any more momentum, that no more outside holders are going to be interested in. Because why? Because there's no value in the future of the project. Control token is storing up a significant amount of value in the future so that when buys are happening, 13% of all buys are being stored up. When sells happen, 18% of all sells are being stored up. Does everybody get their rewards? No, the people that leave the project don't get the rewards. The people that aren't staking don't get their rewards. That greatly increases these rewards. What are the rewards? Are they regular stablecoin? No, they're appreciating stablecoin. Our stablecoin's at $1.18. It's not just a dollar, it's $1.18. What does that mean? That stablecoin is going to continue to appreciate throughout the year as our contract buys it and as you guys, the holders, sell it. What does that do? It increases this value even further. What does this value in the future do? It protects the project from sell-offs. If the price goes so low that the rewards are greater than the entry point into them, then people are going to buy. If you could buy a control token $1,000 and have $1,000 in rewards, you're going to do that. Well, what if you could buy $1,000 and have $500 in rewards? You'd probably do that. And if you wouldn't, there's probably somebody out there who would. What if you could buy and you had $250 or $200 in rewards? You'd probably do that. What does that mean? It means that your bag puts a natural floor on your rewards put a natural floor for your bag of 3 to 4 times greater. The magic number, guys, is 1.2 million tokens, and with this deal, it will be much easier to get 1.2 million tokens. If you get 1.2 million tokens, these numbers will blow your freaking mind. If we hit 100 million in volume, every single wallet, this is without selling, you don't have to sell. This is purely based off the rewards we have built up. This isn't including the marketing utilities that we have coming either, and the other utilities that we're looking at with Mark. Every single bag with only 100 million in volume will have $30,000. It's not if you sell, right? With only 100 million, every single bag that has 1.2 million tokens staked in the 12-month pool, and I promise you it can be much greater because of the unstaking fees and because of the fact that this coin appreciates. It can go from $1.18 to $1.20 to $1.30 to $1.40. Then you multiply that $1.40 by your bag. If it doubles, if it goes to $2, then it'll double whatever your rewards are. But every single holder will have $30,000. Now, I want anyone who's listening to this, I challenge you to bring me a better reward project, because I know it's not out there because I covered reward projects. This is like what I specialized in, is tokenomics, rewards, understanding the wallets, understanding the math. That's how I was able to identify Evergrow before anybody else did. I was one of the first people to talk about that and say, look how freaking amazing these BUSD rewards are with 8% of volume. It was awesome. And during the past years, I've been able to take everything that I saw of what was working, what didn't work with certain projects, and what the number one problem was. The number one problem is that everyone is being incentivized to sell and destroy the project, and everybody's being punished for not destroying the project. Control token shifts significant value through the tax, through the tokenomics, into the future of the project that keeps the project alive. It protects the project against sell-offs. It incentivizes buying the token, and it most important thing that this does, it unites us in the future growth of the project. And I'll say this real quickly, and we'll go to any questions. You want to come up on the Twitter side, the YouTube side, wherever you're at, shoot me a DM if you have a question, I'll answer it. If I say this, any of you that have a job, if your company did an extra, billion in revenue, and they actually shared that with you, would you be actually incentivized to help the company do well? Probably. But you know how most companies work. You get a pizza party. They get like hundreds of millions of dollars, and you get a pizza party and like an extra 15-minute break. And so I was like, man, if you guys would align my interest with the success of the company, I would be more willing to work for it because it would actually affect me in a meaningful way. That's how I felt when I worked as a laser operator. That's how I felt when I work at any of my jobs. I'm like, if you guys can align our interests, then we can work together. But if our interests are divided, you're trying to get as much out of me as possible while trying to give me as little as possible, well, then I'm going to treat you that way. I'm going to try to do as little as possible while getting the least, the most out of you as possible. And so very simply with crypto, you need to unite the creators, the whales, most importantly the whales, because the whales have more control over a project than the creators or the community, and the community with the future growth of the project. Control token naturally does that by shifting value into the future of the project. And it can be very significant. Like I said, If we saw 100 million in volume, anybody who has 1.2 million tokens staked, you get this 30 grand in stablecoin rewards. So you get all your monthly rewards, you get your 6-month rewards, you get your 12-month rewards. It would probably be far more, but you'd get around, the least amount probably would be around $30,000. Now you get $30,000 in stablecoin, right? For 1.2 million tokens, but your bag would be 3 to 4 times, if not more. This is what the floor is for your bag. 3 to 4 times bigger than these rewards. So which means your bag would be the floor, right? That's the hard part I have to keep remembering. The floor for your bag, the protection for the whole project as a whole, would be 3 to 4 times greater, whatever these rewards are, which means that the price for 1 million tokens could not go below 30 grand if we hit 100 million in volume. Your bag would likely be, and far greater, it's probably be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? If your rewards were 30 grand attached to it. But the lowest it could go would likely be $90,000 to $120,000. If somebody could buy and have a quarter of what they're putting in covered, they're probably going to do that. And what is that going to do? It's going to create a floor, not just a protection from the rewards, but floors are usually by the sentiment of the project, and the sentiment can be far higher than what those rewards actually are. We're just talking about math. But the fact that if we have 100 million in volume, everybody who has 1.2 million tokens staked in the 12-month pool on a low end, and I promise you this is a low end because we have unstaking fees. We also have a special thing called the whale pool. If you have 1.2 million tokens staked in the whale pool, you get into this extra 1% that only goes to whales. Only people who have 1.2 million tokens and are staked in the 12-month pool are going to get access to those rewards. Everybody who's not staked or who doesn't have 1.2 million tokens and is staked is not getting a share of that 1%. Why would I do this? Because you need to incentivize the people who have the most control over the project to keep the project alive for a long time. This project is by design. When most projects start to dump, everybody abandons ship. Get out, the dump is happening, sell, right? That's what happens. With this project, because sells greatly fuel that value in the future and that value can't go down, it can only move up with buys and sells. It's a different narrative. It's a different story than every other project that has ever existed. It's not just a rewards project. It's a rewards project that addresses the problem of why projects fail and cannot grow and cannot last long term. And so there's so many things that I could say, but go ahead real quick, BM. How's it going, man?
What's going on? Yeah, and the buy and sell taxes keep the whales at bay, especially the sell tax. And you can look at the taxes as the contract selling for you and putting the profits into that stable coin.
Yeah, typically only the sellers win. And so what Control Token does is our contract sells when it converts the taxes into rewards, and then it stores it up for the people who keep the project alive. Everybody who typically in a typical project, they get all of the value, right? They get it right away, they're able to sell, and then they're able to get all the value out of the rewards and all the value out of the liquidity pool. My entire thing is those people get way too much control, way too much power, and way too much value. Like, it's not balanced at all. They have all the value. People who get into projects, if they happen to do well, are selling for hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, while 90+% of the community is losing to them. They're the exit liquidity to a bad narrative. This project does something really amazing. It creates a ton of winners because the contract is selling for you. It stores up this value that you don't even have to sell. If we hit 100 million in volume, everybody who has around 1 million tokens will have around $30,000 in stablecoin, plus the ability to sell their bag, which will likely be 3 to 4 times greater than that would be the floor, which would be another 120,000. If we hit 500 million in volume, everybody who has one, that's about the same of what Evergrow did. I think they did about 500 million. They might have done a lot more. 500 million in volume. Everybody who has 1.2 million tokens staked in the 12-month staking pool, if we did about the same as Evergrow, would have $150,000 in rewards, which means that the floor for your bag, the floor, and these concepts might just sound too good to be true. Check the math. Ask me. Question me. I can show you how to do it. I can write out all the math right now and show you the numbers. If we hit 500 million in volume, every single wallet without having to sell that is staked in the 12-month pools would have $150,000 worth of stable coins stored up from them. Why would they have so much value? Where is this value coming from? It's coming from the people who typically destroy the project, right? Instead of giving it all to them and hoping the project succeeds while everybody's trying to sell first at the high, before each other, and then abandoning ship and getting out with as much value as they can. That's a crazy structure. I hate to cut myself off. Imagine that. People are trying to get projects to grow so that they can sell on everybody else. And then as soon as a couple people sell, everybody else just extracts all the value and the project's done for. There's nothing to incentivize the project to continue to grow. And that's why you have to shift your hope into utilities, or that Elon Musk is going to retweet your project or whatever. So yeah, this deal is really an amazing deal because it's a much cheaper entry point into an amazing project. And that's why I try to tell you guys about this project, so you can just understand, because really it's like I'm making a bargain for you to get you to get into something that's really good. It's like the best thing you've ever heard of. I'm not just lying. I'm not making that stuff up. I listen to projects. I cover projects. I have not seen a project better than this one. No project is dealing with the problem of why projects fail. No project is incentivizing the growth of the project like this one. No project is protecting your bag. No project is uniting the community. We literally have 566 million tokens in the staking pool. We have 1 billion tokens. That means most our community, most our supply is in the staking pool, which sets us up for this moment. Now imagine this moment that we have at this moment where the price starts to go and it starts to go parabolic. Well, what happens when the price goes parabolic and most of the supply is committing to allowing it to go parabolic? You're going to see heights that you could not normally see with other projects. That's exactly the position we're in at Control Token. Is the rewards haven't been given out yet. Most of the rewards are in their 6 and 12 month. I'm doxxed. I'm publicly, people know me, people trust me because I'm here, I'm transparent, I'm out here every day. I was working all day the past couple of days to work on that video, and it's a good video. Watch that video if you're not sure what's going on. The amazing part about this is this opens up to you guys. It's a win-win. If people get into the project, they're going to help the project move upward, and they're going to be committing to those tokens, allowing the project to move upward, right? That's the direction we all want to go. This is the one project where we don't have to be divided in the selling on top of each other. We can actually be united in the rewards, and that most of us are. And as we as a community grow this project, we can actually feel good about helping each other get a ton of value, because we know that every holder who has 1.2 million tokens will have $30,000 in rewards with 100 million in volume. Show me a better reward project than that. You can't. And it's for everybody. That's why we can work towards, as a community, as me, as the founder, the creator, as the whales beneath me, and as the rest of the community, can all work towards this value that goes not only to the sellers, not only to the people who destroy the project. You know what I mean? That's not a good scenario where only the people who destroy the project win and everybody else doesn't get any value. This value goes to everybody who made it to the 12-month pool, who made it to the 6-month pool. We can all be rewarded for actually working together to grow a project. Our common interest is in the growth of the project. Like I said, I've united the growth of the project, the success of the project, with all of the holders. And I've done it. I pulled a lot of value away from the people who destroy a project, and I'm giving a ton of value to the people who help keep it alive. Hey, what's going on, CWP? How's it going, man?
Except for Twitter doing its Twitter thing, with my sound going in and out, I'm doing great.
Oh, you sound good right now. I'm doing great, man.
Good. Okay, I have 2 questions. One, is $100 the minimum to invest in this?
I think so. Let me run it by Mark. It might not be. I forget we talked about it, but then I can't remember what we agreed on. I'll ask him real quick. But what is your second question, CWP?
My second question is, I have 3 wallets with staked EGC in them.
Nice.
Can I do this with all 3?
Yeah, any wallet that has staked EGC in it, if you go to our staking site and you connect your wallet, you'll see this extra option. It's like an Easter egg pop up that says it looks like you've been affected by the exploit, and then it'll offer you that extra 50% bonus that whatever you put in, 50%, as long as it stakes into the 12-month, 50% will immediately be sent back to your wallet. And so you'll have the amount you put in the 12-month, and then you'll have 50% also sitting in your wallet.
If I can give you a personal opinion,
Yeah.
thank you. This is pretty awesome of you. Beyond pretty awesome. It's very, very generous, and I thank you very much from the bottom of my little EGC black heart.
Thanks, CWP. I appreciate that. You know, I'm trying to help people, and I'm trying to make money. That's why I'm in crypto, but I'm trying to do it by helping people. That's why I led people into Evergrow. That's why I created Control Token. I didn't create this to rug people. I could have rugged people a long time ago for a lot of money if I wanted to. It's just not the kind of person I am. I just don't think that way. But I want to make money, but I want to do it helping people. And that's why I've created this project. That's why I've designed it the way I have. And that's why I did this deal. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to still help Control Token, but I'm trying to help the Evergrow holders and Control Token at the same time. It's like you get this amazing deal, and I'm getting you guys into a really good project. I don't know if a project like this has been done before, and I'm using extra value to incentivize you to get into it, which is really awesome. And it is a way to help them in this current situation, because if Evergrow holders do recognize the value of Control Token, that there is something special here, it can be another big reward project, and they kind of join forces with the Control community to make this a big project, because we all of us as a community are united to aiming for that 100 million in volume because of those rewards. Then we have 5 million set aside for dedicated towards the rebrand of Evergrow. So if they do launch, if we do a 10x, that'll be $200,000 going towards their rewards at launch, which will help, especially when people are talking about, what if there's a sell-off or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but if Evergrow, the best thing they would do, in my opinion, would be to have as much of the utilities ready as possible and to launch, and then to announce those utilities either for the launch or to wait for a dump and then announce those utilities. I don't know, but to have as much good things as possible ready so that it just feels like a brand new fresh start. And so if Control Token does well, if we did if we did a 50x right now, those tokens would be worth, I think, around $1 million. And so that'd be $1 million. So whatever that amount is, if it's too low, then Sam probably wouldn't want it. But if it goes up a lot, of course he would take it. And so whatever the value of that 5 million tokens is, whether we do a 10x, 20, 50, 100, will go to the launch of Evergrow. And it could provide a lot of value that would help be a part of the reason why they can incentivize this new rebrand for Evergrow.
Thank you very much again. While you've been talking, I've lost the audio 3 times. Thank you, Elon. He can send us to Mars, but he can't fix Twitter. Scary. I'm going to drop off of here now. I didn't get an answer about the 100. If you got an answer back on that or not, I probably will find out when I go there to stake and try to stake less than 100.
Okay, yeah. I'll try to remember and shoot you a message as soon as he gets back to me. I'll shoot you that message, okay?
Okay, great. Thanks.
Hey, thanks,
I'm going to
CWP.
pick you up on YouTube, I hope.
Awesome. I'll catch you later, CWP. Thanks for being here, guys. If you guys want to do me a favor, just like and share this space. And, we just give Evergrow the opportunity to just to look at this and decide for themselves. Whenever I told people about Evergrow, I was excited about it. I was like, guys, this is amazing. Check the 8% buyback and burn. They've got so many awesome things. And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, because I didn't, but I was super excited. And I said, guys, I'm not asking you to do anything. Just check it out and decide for yourself. And, what I've created, I don't know if people have sat down and looked at what's going on and dealt with it like I have. And that I don't mean to come from a place of pride, but, it wasn't just like no offense to Safeman, but that was literally designed as a rug. Like, the thought that went into that is, I'm going to steal a bunch of people's money. That's not like a lot of thought going into trying to create a system that's long-term that helps people. Evergrow, Sam didn't create Evergrow. Nobody on the current team made Evergrow. It was Praveen and a couple of those other guys who've left a long time ago. I don't know exactly what was going on in their minds when they created it, but the BUSD rewards was awesome. Rewarding in a stablecoin is awesome because it immediately shifts value to everybody that can't go down, which is really cool. If you reward in the token, it can be devalued by the selling of the liquidity pool. So it's this really awesome idea and really a step in the right direction. But control token, I sat down for years looking at why do projects fail. These people get way too much value at the top and they control the project and they're being rewarded the most for destroying it. How do we pull value from them in a way that keeps the project alive? It's, you know what I mean? This isn't just, oh, cool, a rewards project that I made that's kind of fun. It's like, no, I literally every single project out there has a problem, which is that the liquidity pool works like a pyramid structure that gives all of the power and the value to the people at the top, and everybody else becomes their exit liquidity, no matter what narrative you attach to that, whether it be utility, meme, hype. If that utility isn't a top utility producing a massive amount of value, then it's just going to be a pyramid structure that with people who become a lot of exit liquidity, and not even everybody at the top wins. It's just the sellers. A lot of people round trip their bags, hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. You guys know from SafeMoon, there was a guy that rode his bag up to 60 million and then rode it back down to like $1 million or $2 million, and he sold for, I think, around $1 million, but he sat on $60 million. And so this project, it is revolutionary. It deals with DeFi in a revolutionary way. It creates winners who typically get nothing, because if we hit 100 million in volume, everybody who has 1.2 million tokens will have that $30,000. Like that can't go down. It can't be devalued, and your bag will be 3 to 4 times. Very, very likely will be 3 to 4 times higher than that, and probably much higher. That's just the floor. When you're talking about if you could throw in $100 and have $50 off your bag, you probably do that, right? Or have $25 off. That's a pretty good deal too. But, so that puts a floor on your bag. And what does that mean? It puts a floor on the project. It protects against sell-offs. As sells happen, it starts to greatly increase those rewards in the future, and those rewards in the future protect the project from selling off to a certain point. And it does something really cool. The typical project, you usually have to abandon ship. Oh crap, get out, we're going down, sell, right? And only the people that sold on the way down are the winners. In this project, at a certain point, it becomes more profitable to stay in the project than it does to leave it because of the structure that we have, where whales are usually incentivized to cut their losses or to just give up on the project. The value in the future that their bags are attached to, as sells happen, people are forfeiting their rewards in the future, and they're paying basically about a fifth of whatever they're selling for is going towards the future. If all the unstaking fees go towards the 12-month rewards, all that value is preserved in an appreciating stablecoin, and it cannot go down until it's distributed. And so that protects the project from the situation where people typically give up on it. Sells can only happen to a certain point before it becomes profitable for everybody to stay in the project because that value in the future. That value in the future, worst case scenario, shifts a ton of value from people who usually get nothing in a typical crypto. You didn't sell, you lose. Like you should have destroyed the project first. In this project, it's like the project is constantly selling for you as the thresholds hit through the taxes, and it's storing it up for you in the future to the people that make it to those dates. And everybody who doesn't make it to those dates forfeits their value. Everybody who's not staking forfeits that value. And so that there is so many cool things that come out of that. The math is crazy, the protection is crazy, the growth is crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to go live for a couple hours to put it out there for people who are in Evergrow, who recently just went through, really probably, I was a huge part of Evergrow. I led a lot of you guys into Evergrow. Some of you guys might have found it without me, but a lot of you guys that are in Evergrow found it because of my videos. You can still go find it. Type in SafeMoon Evergrow. You're going to find my video with 20,000 plus views of me talking. You can hear how excited I am about the numbers and all that stuff. And, we wrote it up. It was a crazy ride. It was the best I've ever made, most I've ever made. I made about 70 grand profit out of that after taxes. I had to pay a lot of taxes, which was awesome to make 70,000. Other people made hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. And, then it went down, and then the rewards went away because there was no volume. There was no more volume. There's no really enough sells or buys to produce enough rewards for people. And so since then, we've had a lot of crazy things with the Luna Sky and with, things getting delayed and problem after problem. It's been very unfortunate for the community and the team, the series of events that we've all collectively gone through. And much of that just has to do with, devs not really being united in the growth of the project. Most important thing that you need is your devs to be super dedicated to making a successful project, because a lot of times devs are just trying to get you to pick them, to pay them, and then to put out the least amount of work to you in order to move on, if they're just like for hire or whatever. And that created massive problems for Evergrow, where one party felt one way and the other one felt the other way. So we've been through a lot of crap, and for this to happen, it felt like we were down and we finally got a moment, and then it felt like just the worst thing possible happened. And so that's the situation that we've all been through together. And now that they're doing the rebrand, and if they can get, in my opinion, I'm not on the team, if they can get whatever ready, the Atlas wallet, launch that at the launch, or launch it after launch, I don't know, come up with your own strategy and do that. They still have rewards, they still have the liquidity, but they took this public blow because of something that wasn't their fault, and it probably hurt the team more than anybody, but it obviously hurt us all in the community as a whole, to take that hit to the reputation of Evergrow. So yeah, this is just one of the situations where it's a really awesome opportunity, and people can check it out if they want. I in my opinion, this is one of the best projects ever made, because it addresses the problems of why cryptos fail. It's like everybody's trying to build a house on an extremely slanted hill or foundation, and the house just keeps falling over, and people keep saying like, well, what if we add like a duck that's smiling? And it's like, yeah, you can only build up so long before the whales take profits and it falls over. And other people are trying to add utilities, and it's like, if those utilities aren't massive in revenue and profit that's going back to the holders on the charts, the project's, it's just another idea that people are falling for that benefits the whales who were leaving. And so I'm like, guys, stop building on that and fix the foundation. Flatten that foundation, balance it. You got to pull power and value away from the people who destroy a project. You got to pull power and value and control away from the people at the top, and you have to give it to the rest of the community. How do you do that? Through a tax, and then you delay it, and then you preserve it. And so yeah, if anybody here is in Evergrow and you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me, to come up here in the space and ask. It's okay, I'll answer any questions. This is really just an awesome opportunity for you guys to buy and get half of what you're buying, which is a crazy deal. I saw a lot of my community being upset, going, oh my gosh, I wish I had this deal. And I'm like, hey guys, if you're upset, it's fine. I don't think that the 50 million tokens is going to get bought up within the first 2 weeks. If that does happen, that'd be awesome. But if it doesn't, then it'll be open to everybody. Anybody will be able to go to our site, go to controltoken.net. We should have the new site up very soon, and you'll be able to get the same deal. Put in 1,000, immediately get 500 back. And we're also doing a 3-month event. So we've got 1 month reward events, we've got 6-month reward events, and we've got 12-month reward events. A lot of projects are trying to create these events that they hope lead to hype, that they hope leads to the price going up, that they hope leads to the ability to take profits. And a lot of the times it goes the opposite. The whales wait for the community to get hyped about something to buy into it in order to use them as exit liquidity, whether it be a blue chip or whether it be that. That's how the markets usually go. That's why they say buy whatever, sell the news, that thing. So this puts you in a situation where you don't have to do that, So yeah, that's just the situation we're in, where we have reward events. It's not this potential that maybe this potential will happen, that maybe you can take profits. That's what everybody's hoping for with an exchange listing, a billboard, a marketing opportunity, somebody saying your name on live TV, a celebrity talking about you. And it never turns out how the community thinks it's going to. They think it's going to be this massive jump in price, and it's not. Very rarely is it. With Control Token, we're building up reward events that are just real value, that also have the potential and the more likelihood of people to chase that value as you get closer to it. And it's a real reward event. It's real value that you get. It's not potential value if you sell, if people get excited, if they get hyped enough. So that's another super important thing to keep in mind. And I'm creating extra reward events along the way. So we've got our first monthly reward event. None of our rewards have been given out yet. The first reward event is going to happen at the end of this week, and the first monthly rewards are going to go out, which is pretty awesome. We've set aside $40,000 worth of stablecoin for our 3-month reward event, to create a reward event between the 1-month reward event and the 6-month reward event. Because the 6-month is the actual real good one. That's 4% of volume built up for 6 months being given out, which is really cool. But I've also created my own reward event in between that called the 3-month reward event. On that one, 40,000 is going to go towards the monthly, which is really awesome. And then we have 50 million tokens. A 20th of the supply, or I'm sorry, yeah, 20th of the supply is going to be airdropped to everybody in the 12-month staking pool. And so that's a really awesome scenario where people are going to be able to get a ton of tokens. And why am I doing that? Well, if you're entering the 12-month staking pool, you are literally doing the best thing that you could do for this project to help it grow. You're saying, I'm committed to a year of this project, and if I leave, I'm going to pay an unstaking fee and a sell fee, and I'm going to forfeit all my rewards, which is really awesome structure to have set up. It in a typical project, when you sell, your mind is thinking, what if the price goes up more? In this project, if you sell, you're saying, I'm forfeiting all my rewards, and those can only go up for the rest of the year. They can only move upward. I'm forfeiting the chance of my bag to sell at a higher price. I'm also paying potentially an unstaking fee if you're leaving the staking pools, which is 30%, paying a 20% sell fee. There's a ton of value that everybody has to decide between, and it's the value in the future of the project or the value in leaving the project. And so that's a decision that a typical project is. There's the potential of maybe being able to sell for more later, but it's likely that it's going to dump with every other crypto. And so it's about selling before it dumps. That's what everybody's trying to do. And as soon as it starts to dump, then everybody just follows suit most of the time. A project dumps. Rarely does it ever do a J-curve. I just had a $1,200 buy come in. I hope that was somebody from Evergrow getting that deal and getting half those tokens. They just bought $1,200, so they got $316,000. If that was somebody who was one of the stakers for Evergrow, they just got an additional 158,000 tokens, which is really awesome. And so this is a sweet deal. I hope you've got basically 1 week as a staker in Evergrow to decide. and let me state it this way: if the price goes down, the deal gets even better. If and it probably won't, but like if the markets tank or if a whale decides to take profits, I don't know. If the price goes down, then you could buy and get a ton of tokens, followed by getting an additional 50%, followed by the fact that your tokens are in the 12-month staking pool. You're about to get a share of the 50 million tokens going to the 12-month staking pool. The amount of value that we're giving out in the next 3 months is absolutely ridiculous. What's going on, BM?
Hey, so if these 50 million tokens sell out, sorry, there's a train.
There's a train's going by. You're good.
Anyway, that's 375,000 in value or in volume over the next 4 weeks. If it takes 4 weeks to sell out, that's just in the buy tax. That's $22,000 going into rewards for the month, 6-month, and 12-month pools. That's not counting any sells, anything like that. That's a lot of volume for a month. I mean, it's not where we want to be, but that's decent. I'll be buying some. But I just thought that was kind of cool. That's already, say we average the same price and just move sideways. $371,000 in volume is great. It's great. If we're moving sideways, that means somebody's selling, which means there's an 18% of that volume that is going to be also going into those pools.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out. Either way, it's one of those things where we are trying to basically make a project that allows for a community to actually get behind making it successful. And, this project has something really crazy attached to it. If we see one good run up, just one, and we're primed for that too. We have most of the community in the staking pools which means they're committed to getting the value from rewards, which means they're committed to allowing basically the price to go on a run that produces the rewards that they're seeking. Most projects, you do not have that. You have most of your community hoping that the price goes up so that they can take profits before each other. And so we have a really good setup for a really good run. If we have one good run up, because our value is being distributed out on a monthly, 6-month, and 12-month basis, we have a reward project that incentivizes volume over the course of a year. And it'll continue to do it for year after year after year, which is really, I mean, this is a crazy concept. And I think it just hasn't been done. It's very simple, but a very simple solution to a very simple problem that just a lot of people seem to be ignoring. I'm going to go ahead and shoot through. I forgot about the YouTube side of things. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and shoot through some of your comments. Let me check the multi-stream. Anybody on Twitch? Okay, I don't think so. Cece, can you repeat the deal real quick for new viewers? Yeah, so the deal is, guys, if you are... let me pull up my video because it's got a lot of the graphics on it that look really good. I worked so long on these videos. And you guys are like, why is nothing happening? And I'm just sitting there like working my butt off. I appreciate all you guys liking and sharing this too, just to give everybody the chance to check us out. So yeah, on the live side of things, here's one of the things. So basically whatever you're putting in, you'll be able to get half immediately, which is a really cool idea. Now I wanted to do this without the staking pools, but then I realized that if I made it so that you could put in that and get half, that somebody could just sit there and keep buying and selling and then just pull all the 50 million tokens and pull a bunch of value out of the LP. And so that would have been bad if I was stupid enough to do that. But through the use of putting it behind staking, if somebody came in, tried to throw in 1,000, get the $500 worth, unstake the 1,000, sell the 1,000, and sell the $500 worth, they would come out to a little bit less than what they put in. And so that's important to make it so that people can't game the system. I wouldn't mind giving value if it didn't hurt the system, but if somebody can destroy it, then that's what all of this is about protecting the project as a whole. So through the use of staking, we have a way of protecting you as an individual holder and the project as a whole through the staking and through the selfies. That's why these buy and selfies protect the project in these big ways. A lot of people might not like them, and that's why I say that people, if you don't like tax projects, you have the rest of DeFi, and like, how is that going for you? Probably not too good. You've probably gotten rugged like 5 times this past couple of years. You've probably seen your bag pump and dump. If most projects you bought, you probably didn't see enough price increase to even take profits because everybody's getting so desperate to rug on each other. You have the rest of DeFi. I'm telling you, it's not a tax for the sake of having a tax. It's if you don't have a tax or a utility that's producing an insane amount of value that's being given to the holders, if you don't have value in the future, you cannot protect against sell-offs or incentivize and reward the future of the project. And so you'll have a divided community who's trying to destroy the project first, and that project is not going to be able to last or grow. And so what you have to do is, if you have a wallet for Evergrow and you are staking this next week, starting today for the next week, you can go to controltoken.net, you can log into the staking, click on staking at the top, and you'll be able to see a special deal where as soon as you stake, you'll be able to buy. You just have to have BNB in that wallet. You'll buy. And then when you stake that into the 12-month, you'll immediately get an additional 50% of what you staked back in your bag. So you pay $1,000, you get $850 worth of control token, you stake your $850, and then you get $425 back. So you still got your $825 staked in the 12-month, and you've got your $425 sitting in your wallet. You could also add that to the 12-month if you wanted, or you could just keep that. It's up to you to do what you want with that. I would encourage everybody to, the more we work towards long-term growth, the more likely we are to succeed and see the kind of volume that we want to see. But that's a very simple explanation. That's for this first week. The second week, it's going to open to every Evergrow holder. It's going to have that option. So as long as you have Evergrow in your wallet, you'll be able to go to the staking website and connect your wallet. And if that wallet has Evergrow in it, it's going to recognize it as a special wallet. If it doesn't, this doesn't pop up for people, which is kind of cool. It's like an Easter egg or a special thing. If I didn't tell you guys about it, you wouldn't know about it. And then you'll have that option to get 50% back, which is really cool. The third and fourth week will be the final weeks of this deal, and it'll be open to everybody. You can come in, buy, get half of whatever it is they're purchasing. You throw in, I don't know how much you could throw in and still pull that value out of that 50 million. I don't know if it's hundreds of thousands of dollars or what that price impact looks like, but ultimately, once it's bought up, the deal ends. So if it ends this day, if it goes crazy this week, next week, it's gone. But if it doesn't, we'll have 2 weeks where it's open to everybody to take advantage of that, which is really cool. And then if we have any tokens left at the end of that, it's going to stop. And then I can use those tokens to grow the project in the future. These tokens are always going to be used for airdrops, giveaways, or to basically add additions to buys. They're not going to be used to sell at all. I've only done giveaways, and I didn't even want these tokens, although I'm very glad that we ended up having them because I'm able to utilize them to create these 50 million reward event that's coming for our 3-month, and to do these giveaways and to do these airdrops. And last Friday we did a Friday push, guys, and everybody didn't know this, but we come together on Fridays to push our charts upward. We push from the 3.3 to the 3.5, I think, or the 3.7. I think it was the 3.5. And it was just us coming together. Hey, I'll throw 100, you throw 100, I'll throw 20. Well, what people didn't know is I planned to give everybody double what they purchased. And so everybody at the end of that, I went through every single wallet. Hey, here's what you got. Cool, I'm sending that to you. And I sent, I think I sent a little under 2 million tokens out because of the buys that went through. Because I want to reward the people that are helping the project grow. If you're coming in, throwing money in at a time where everybody knows you're throwing money in, you're not doing it before, trying to get in early, you're doing it during the live, trying to help, then that I'm going to continually reward that kind of behavior. That's what this entire structure is about rewarding people who help the project grow. I always use this example. If our country punished the people who made our country worse, our finances, our health, our wealth, our freedom, and it rewarded the people who made those things better, our country would be in an amazing state. But just like crypto, it's backwards. The people at the top are abusing the system. They're taking advantage of everybody else. They're taking our health, our wealth, and they're benefiting off of it. They're benefiting off of poisoning us through our food and through our medicine and all of those things. And so you need a system in place, any system that works for the good of the whole and that incentivizes good behavior for the whole, and that punishes bad behavior that affects the whole negatively. If we had systems like that, our countries would be a lot better. Obviously, if you have a household, you run your own household that way. It's not hard. It's just a system of order that has control at the top, and it's just whoever controls at the top, depending on what their incentives are and who they care about, depends on how they're going to run their household, whether they be an abusive father or whether they be a good father that works towards helping them. And so in the same way, DeFi is being massively abused to try to scam people, and even people who aren't trying to scam people don't realize that they're building on structures that work just like pyramid schemes. It's kind of funny. Tiffany Fong just said that she wants to start her own pyramid scheme. That's a hilarious post to make, but she might as well just start a crypto called Tiffany Fong, and it would just be a pyramid scheme. And so what I recognize is that structure is not a good structure, and there's a massive amount of people who are looking for a project that they can, this is what people want, and they don't realize it. And I just have to get through this barrier of hey guys, look at Control Token and understand it. This is what you're looking for. What are you looking for? Something where the founder or the creator is doxed in public and you can trust him. And I've had people watch me and my behavior for the past 3 to 4 years publicly, covering SafeMoon, Evergrow, and other projects, and they've seen my character that whole time. You want something that's revolutionary. You want something that doesn't only benefit the sellers. Well, Control Token is all of those things. And as Control Token does well, we'll be able to continue to make decisions with that same type of thinking. We'll be able to make utilities that benefit, that utilize the power of our community to benefit the future of our community. A lot of projects, I've watched them do it. They utilize their utilities to take from their community, to benefit off their community. That was one of the things with SafeMoon, was the swap partner. That didn't help. John could have easily taken the swap partner listings, built millions of dollars, put it into rewards, and given it to stakers. And then the whales who were leaving would have been forfeiting that value. And then the people that were, sorry about that on the YouTube side of things, the people that were staying would have been rewarded. When you put it in staking, it's this amazing thing to saying, look, if you're trying to destroy the project, this value is not for you, and you're going to pay into it. And that's a great way to shift value from the people who are leaving and who don't have the interest of the community in mind. They're only focused on their own bag and what they can get out of it. That's what we're trying to pull away from. The more people that think that way, the less likely we're going to be able to succeed in any structure, right? In the same way, with a family, with a household, with a company, with a community, with a team. If you have a football team, if everybody's only focused on what they get out of it, they're not going to win. But if they're all focused on winning the game together, if you've aligned their interests, then you can actually create a situation where they're willing to pass the ball and give up the glory in order to get the win. And so it's same thing. The more that we all are against each other and trying to extract value from each other, the less likely we are to succeed. And so that's really all Control Token is hey, let's unite our value, our interest with the future growth of the project. And I think that you're very likely to see a project succeed with that. So if anybody has any questions on the YouTube side of things, I'll go through those one more time. And if anybody wants to ask anything on the X side of things, you guys are welcome to come up. Otherwise, I'm probably going to end this space, and we're going to be doing probably shill spaces for a couple days. And we're going to be kind of trying to bring awareness to these deals that we're going to be doing. This is going to be our main focus for the next 4 weeks, is going to be this deal, because you're not going to find a better deal than this in DeFi. I really don't think you're going to. For one, the amount of tokens you're getting, and two, the project that you're getting into. Like I said, it's like convincing somebody to do something, and then the thing you're convincing them to do is something that they are going to be blown away that they're a part of in terms of this project. In my opinion, I think this is one of the best projects ever made because of all of these things. So let's check the YouTube side of things. Where are you guys? Oh, there you are. Been following CC since before EGC and was put on EGC before it took off by him. I did play a small role in helping EGC take off for sure. I got videos with 20,000 views. I'm just hoping that someone in here knows what's going on with that. I have a fair amount of EGC staked and cannot view it. I'm just hoping it's not gone. No, they're about to relaunch with all the liquidity, rebrand, Jay Harris, and you'll be getting a new token with a completely new name. I hope it's not Lucro. I hope it's just something completely new and professional, and it sounds cool and is a new start. So don't worry about that, bro. What's up, Derek Cross, Mitch Bromwell? Yeah, you're gonna get airdropped the new Evergrow that's not gonna be called Evergrow, basically. I'm gonna try to slow down and put this in the 12-month now. Sounds good, Mel Gibson? So basically, same crap every project does. Stake and earn these tokens that will be worthless by the time you unstake. Hey, is what it is. The tokens you're earning are stable coin, so they can't go down in value, and it's actually an appreciating stable coin, so it can only go up in value. So I would agree with you. If it was earning useless tokens, I'd be high-fiving you, being like, yeah, dude. But that's the exact problem that we're going against, is the Ponzi structure of a crypto. If you reward in the same token, you're literally giving everybody something that can be devalued by the whales at the top, and it will be devalued by the whales at the top. But if you convert it into a stablecoin, it can't be devalued by the whales at the top. And if you delay it, then the whales at the top don't get their share of those rewards because they're leaving before they do, which means that you're getting all the whales' rewards. So hopefully that stands out to you. You seem pretty pissed at this project right now. Some don't pay attention. Nope, it's actually the opposite of that, which is why this project was created. That's right, Slick Rick. Thank you for Mitch. I couldn't believe I did that the first time. All right, cool. I think we're all caught up on the comments. Let me check the Twitter comments if anybody has any comments you want to put down below. Crypto, LKM Land. You're going to have to message me how to say that. LKM Land. Crypto says, not the typical token. Do your own research, of course. BMF says yes to General Moon that says, is this live now? Yeah, this is live now, guys. If you have a wallet that has staked EGC in it, go to our staking site, connect it. You're going to get a special deal. It'll show up. It'll explain it to you. Say, congratulations. Not congratulations. It'll say, it looks like you've been affected by the exploit, which gives you this new opportunity to get 50% of your bag back. So yeah, guys. And once again, it's up to the Evergrow holders to decide if they like that or not. If they don't, it's totally fine, because then it opens right back up to everybody else and our own community. And I'm sure there's our own community that really wants to take part in this. And so they'll definitely be waiting to see. The final things I'll say on this is that the lower the price for this deal, the better. The more tokens you're going to get, right? Because the more tokens you get when you buy when the price is low. And so if you're getting an extra 50%, then you're going to get even more. If the price goes up to the 4 or the 5, you're You're going to be paying more money to get less tokens. So it's kind of an interesting deal that we only have a certain amount of tokens that only last for a certain amount of time, 4 weeks, basically the next month. And it's only open to certain groups until it opens to everybody. And the more that you do it in the beginning, the better it is. If the price goes up, if the price dips, then you get a better entry point. I just don't think that that's going to happen, but I could be wrong with this kind of deal going on. And so it's one of those things where the earlier you do this, the better. But in terms of the amount of tokens that you get, because the cheaper the price, the more tokens you get when you buy, which means the more tokens you get from that extra 50%. Anyways, guys, if nobody has any questions, then I'm probably going to go ahead and end this. It was great hanging out with you guys, and I'll be doing my best to let everybody know about this. Make sure that you guys like and share. And like I said, any questions, shoot me a DM, and I'll do my best to respond to all you guys. Appreciate you guys showing up, and this is what I've been working on for the past weekend. You know, I've been very, very busy. That video you saw, it took me literally a whole day to make, and then I had to go back and re-edit some things, and then I had to work with Mark. Mark had to basically put everything aside to do to create this today. I had to pull in multiple people to work on this and to get this set up, and then we had to test it, make sure it worked. Luckily, it's already under a contract that's been audited, so it's not creating anything new. It's just using what already existed, which was really cool because it's like already utilizing something that's been audited, and it already is working efficiently. It's not something new. So yeah, okay, we have one person coming up. We'll go ahead and bring them up, and then we'll probably be ending this. Okay, we have 2 people. Oh, you guys wait till I say we're ending it. Now you want to come up. These guys. I'm going to shame you guys. Hey, what's up, Crypto Trucker? Are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. The price just went over 0.0038.
Oh, did it? It's because BNB is going up, huh?
Oh, yeah, but there's been a bunch of buys on there since you've announced this as well.
Oh, really? Yeah, some good buys came through. That's awesome. Well, maybe I should stay live, Maybe I should stay live. 3.8. Yeah, we haven't been at the 3.8 since that whale sold. And so what is BNB at right now? I know it started to pull back. Pull back up, I mean. One of the things I like doing, guys, is live streaming our charts going up. It's probably my favorite thing to do because it's the most fun thing to watch. And so if we're moving, so the sell that just happened on the charts, that's likely our contract selling for those rewards. And so it's storing up those rewards in the future, which is really awesome. 3805. Look at that chart, man. We've been out for almost a month. We're coming up on a month in a week. And this is what our chart looks like. And go look at every other chart. Okay, let me do this real quick because I haven't done this in a while. Like, it's every other chart is like pump dump. Okay, this one's not looking terrible. Cat. What's their liquidity at? 13.8 million. Okay, that's not bad. I wonder what's going on with that one. Oh, there's all these different cats going on. That's kind of weird. BCC coin, that one didn't even pump. It just massively dumped. Okay, that one's not doing too bad. I wonder what's going on with that one. But generally speaking, control token, our chart really stands out as being one that is holding very strong. We're holding a 3 to 4x. We're coming back up on that 4x. I think with this, we're going to finally break a new all-time high. We'll see. I can't do any price predictions, but we have some really good incentives. And this is the one project where you get momentum, and most of the community is dedicated to allowing that momentum to go. That's a super rare thing to get with the project. What's going on, Sam?
No, not much, man. I had a question, but I'm good now.
You changed your mind?
Supporting you. You're all good, man. It's a pleasure.
Awesome, man. Did you have some kind of frustration or something?
No, I have a couple of guys coming in this Friday, and then I have a couple of guys that cannot make this Friday. They're gonna be coming in. Well, I'm making them to come in next Friday because, as you said, let's push the Fridays.
Yeah.
I don't want them to buy whenever. I want them to buy whenever we're pushing it.
Well, they can buy whenever. They don't have to.
I know they can. But still, like if because they're gonna buy no matter what. I have a couple of guys that won, each of them won like 1 million token, and then I have two more people that wants to get 1 million token.
I would say this: it's kind of important
Go ahead.
when it
Yes,
when
please.
it comes to buying. Do what's best for you, and when it comes to the Friday pushes,
Right.
that's purely like, let's, as a community, if you feel like it, throw stuff at the charts together, but don't anybody feel an obligation that you have to buy on Fridays. That's purely just if you want to come together as a community to help push the charts. But ultimately, if you think the price is about to go up, don't make yourself wait to buy. You know, who knows what the price is going to do? It could go down. You know, and you missed a good entry point. But ultimately, you have to assess the situation and decide for yourself, and take whatever risk in either direction. But definitely don't like think, especially if you're making some big buys. Oh, I have to wait till Friday. No, if you need to make a big buy and you think this is a good entry point, then do it now.
Right, absolutely. Just like today, right now, early. Let me switch the thing. We're at 38, a little over 38, 0.0038. And when I start talking to him, I could enter him at like 36 or 35 and a half. And I'm looking at the chart right now, and I'm looking at the buys and sells, and so I still want to like make sure they come in at the right time, and I still have a feeling that until Friday we're gonna have a little bit of sale. Or you know what? It's all a game, to be honest. Like we don't know who's gonna sell, who's gonna buy, how high it's gonna go, or how low it's gonna go. You're right, man. Absolutely.
I mean, nobody knows. You just have to.
Nobody knows.
You just have to do what you think, and it's a risk, and you could be wrong either way.
Right.
I mean, I do find it. I could be wrong. I find it likely with these kind of incentives that it's possible that we might see more growth than usual. To get this kind of a deal is pretty crazy, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Thank you. We're always here supporting you.
Hey, thanks, Sam. I appreciate it, man. Always appreciate your support, brother.
Thank you.
If I connect that wallet and buy control, I get 150% of my total bag. If you buy $100 and you're going to get $850 worth of control token, you're going to get another $425 sent back to your bag if you stake that $850 worth of control token and your wallet has staked Evergrow in it. Like here, I'll give you an example, which it might be kind of hard to see. I have to get rid of this on the YouTube side of things. Okay, so you see this buy right here. If this person right here who paid $2,300 had staked Evergrow in their wallet and they did the 12-month, they got another $300,000 immediately sent back to their wallet. Dude, some of you guys, you use one wallet for everything. Some of you guys are crazy, man. And so, yeah, if you have, it's only for this week. If you have staked Evergrow and you buy, you'll get 50% back. The next week, it'll be anybody who has Evergrow, not just staked Evergrow. It'll be open to everybody who has Evergrow. If you have a wallet that has Evergrow in it, you can buy for the next week and get that deal. And then for the week after, for 2 weeks after that, it'll be open to anybody and everybody. And then after that, it'll close. So it's a 4-week window, and maybe we'll do something cool like this in the future, but we constantly have to assess where we're at. We're aiming for the skies as a project. Me, the team, the whales, the community, we want to be a top crypto. We're all united in that. We all know and see the potential of this happening, and we're working towards that with our Friday pushes, with our shill spaces, with our marketing utility that we're building with, and with the structure of the project. We understand that projects with zero value, zero utility can go to insane market caps purely based off of the buy pressure being allowed to move upward for a long amount of time, and the sell pressure not outweighing the buy pressure. Which, by the way, because so much power and control is given to those whales, they are given so much power to sell, and it takes like hundreds to thousands of people to outweigh them. And because you create so many whales, you basically create a situation where a very small group of people are able to outweigh the community as a whole when it comes to causing that project to grow or be able to succeed. And so everybody underneath them wants to see higher price points, but they won't allow it to get there. Basically, the whales won't allow that to happen. I'm sure all of you guys have experienced this with different projects. So yeah, awesome movement today, guys. We even broke the 3.8, and we're super close to our all-time high of 4.3. And our goal is, like I said, you've got a community behind you. You've got most of the tokens. If you go to the staking pools, guys, if you're new, you click on staking. We have 568 million. That's 56% of our supply is in the staking, which is freaking crazy. That's a lot. We've been out for 3 to 4 weeks. And what's going to happen if the price goes up? How many of those tokens are going to be able to come out? And here's the thing is, even if they do, they have to forfeit their rewards, pay 30%, and then pay another 20%. They're very unlikely to do that. That's why our community is literally actually united in the growth of the project and are demonstrating it by entering into the staking pools. We just had our top whale who has 62 million tokens. He bought right before the pre-sale ended. He threw 60 grand at it. And he was sitting over $200,000 a week ago, and he said, this project is rare, this community is rare, I've been in DeFi for a while, I haven't seen something like this, I want to help it grow. The first thing I'm going to do is enter into the 12-month staking pool. He could have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, he could have not staked just to get that opportunity to sell, and he said, this is super rare, I want to help this grow, and I'm going into the 12-month staking pool. Our top whale just entered the 12-month staking pool. If that doesn't say something to the rest of the community, that's a massive bullish flag that somebody would be willing to do that. Somebody that could have easily sold at a 3 to 4x of what they put in, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They could have even pulled out their initial. They not only did not do any of those things, but they did like the most bullish thing that they could do with those tokens for the future of this project, and they entered into the 12-month staking pool, which is crazy. I haven't looked at it, but if you go to our contract and you look at it, you can see that the holders, and the top holder is all our stakers, that 568 million. They all enter into one wallet. This one is the treasury. All of those are being used for these deals, for the reward events, and for the giveaways. This one is Pancake Swap, our 2 liquidity pools. This one is the current deal that we have going with the giveaway. So that's a lot of the supply, right? How much is that? That's crazy. That's 56 plus 13 plus 6 plus 50. Wait, I'm not doing that right, sorry. Okay, so that's 881 million. That leaves 119 million. Not including the supply that we're about to put into it, but that's crazy that much of the supply. That's what is that? I don't even know. That's a crazy amount of the supply that is staked. Most of the supply is staked or in the liquidity pools or in the treasury or in the reward event that we're doing right now for the Evergrow holders. The rest of the holders are they're very small. Their bags are very small because most of our biggest holders are in the staking pool, which is really cool. Typically in a project, you always can go look at the holders list and be like, all of these holders above me could take profits at any point. Anyways, guys, this has been awesome. Unless anybody has any more questions, I'll go through the YouTube side one more time. And any more questions on the Twitter side of things. And I love Sam. He's good people. That may or may not have been me. The fake me, Gibson. Fake Mel Gibson. I'm the human facetist. I'm on the hunt for CETA status. Okay, awesome. I think we're caught up. Hey, it's been awesome, you guys. I hope you had a good space, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Just know that this opportunity will be open to all you guys in 2 weeks if you're not in Evergrow. If you hold Evergrow, you can use any wallet that holds Evergrow next week to participate in this. But if you don't have the staked Evergrow, you won't be able to participate in this for a week. So we're giving the staked Evergrow holders the benefit to get in the first week, the Evergrow holders in the second week, and then everybody for week 3 and week 4. So yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. If you guys have any questions, just shoot me a DM. I'll do my best to answer them. You guys have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.